Hello everybody, and this is my video for this week, and today we will discuss about unethical leadership. That's the topic that I want to talk about, and I want to start saying that the most difficult part is actually to define what's unethical. So we need to understand that some concepts should be around this particular topic, and the first one is boundaries. Definitely, we have to understand and we have to know that something must be wrong and something must be right. And let's talk about the definition per se about the all these concepts about the unethical and ethical issues. Um, so we have to keep in mind first that what is unethical, what means unethical, and this is defined as what the society is considered as a normal action, or more than normal, it's related with the morality and what's moral. Um, Anyways, I found on the internet a definition made by Brown and Mitchell. They published an article back in 2010, and they defined the unethical leadership as behaviors and decisions made by organizational leaders that are illegal and or violate the moral standards, and those also that can impose processes to the structure of the organization that actually can promote unethical conducts by the followers. So that's one of the definitions I found in the literature about what unethical leaders mean. But maybe it's not clear if we don't set the definition of moral. So again, I found the definition of moral as moral is equal to fairness, and moral it's against the personal, political, or economical interest. So moral it's always going with the law, and when we break the law, actually we are breaking the moral law as well. So moral is something that we have to keep in mind and we have to consider when we are talking about unethical leadership. I want to say now that there are few risks for us as a leaders that definitely we have to consider. The first thing is that those kind of bosses who actually can encourage their employees to do whatever they have to do in order to produce better or perform better. And the typical example are salesmen. Their managers or their leaders are always pushing them to increase sales, more sales, more sales. No matter what, you have to do it. You have permission to do this and that. So there is a thin line between what's good practices and what's all illegal or immoral, and in this case unethical. Also, we can see also bosses who can create an environment in which they are making their employees compete, and they put in a spot in which they can fight each other just for a better position. Who's gonna be the employee of the month? Who's gonna sell more? Who's gonna perform better? And at the end of the day, you know what? You can get a bonus, you can get a prize, you can get a rise, whatever, to promote and to um, make them perform better. Those are the kind of bosses or kind of leaders that we can actually be, or we can be under the direction by. And just to conclude, there is another couple more things that I want to share, and is the um, some leaders can become unethical just for bad decisions. They don't mean to be unethical leaders, but they take bad decisions. Lack of knowledge, lack of communication, whatever the problem is, but they can end up being an unethical leaders because they can create like unethical circumstances. And I want to conclude this about unethical leaders as talking about this kind of leaders who actually can create a real harm to a society, and still we can still consider them, and that's something that I want to put in the discussion with my classmates, if we should call them leaders. And these are the leaders, for instance, in terrorist groups, like guerrillas, like the leaders of the drug cartels. So should we call them leaders? Should we call those kind of people leaders? Well, I will say yes, because they can meet all the criteria to be called leaders. But I believe these kind of persons, though they have followers, and they can make the people change their mind, maybe it's not the best example for leaders. So for this week, I wanna leave the discussion open for this kind of leaders. Should we call them leaders or not? Well, thank you for this week, and see you later.